back in North America?
It feels good. It's been a pretty long half of the year, I guess.
I know, you moved to Southeast Asia, and I know that, even from day one, it started to get a little controversial with the whole thing with Ohio and all that. How much time have you been able to spend back here in North America?
Honestly, not that much, because the whole DPC thing, there was a ton of tournaments this year. It was hard to get much time at home. So it would be like we would go to like 2 or 3 events, and then I'd come back for like a week. We didn't qualify for everything, which makes it easier, so I got a little bit more time at home. But overall, not that much time.
You have family out here?
My family's in Wisconsin, actually, and Michigan. So, but my girlfriend is in California. Yeah.
How hard is that?
Sorry.
You're fine. It's still good.
It was pretty hard. It was the first time I've been away from America on a team, so that part was pretty tough for me. But it was a good experience, and I think it builds character.
Was that a big leap of faith for you to take, to pack up and move to a place where you probably only spent much time in at other tournaments?
Yeah, it wasn't that big a leap of faith. I think it was my best option for a team at the time. So I don't think it was a leap of faith per se, but it was definitely a different experience for me.
How do you feel about the way you guys have done so far in the group stage?
Obviously, it's not very ideal, but we got off to like a super hot start, and it's one of two things with us. I think on one day we could beat anybody, and on another day we can lose to anybody. So we'll just have to see what happens.
So I'm sure, as much as the players like to say that they don't go online too much, especially around this time of year, everyone knows that your guys' style, or at least they say that your style is, you're going to play the long games, all your core heroes are going to farm a lot, and everyone's picking Fnatic to be the team that wins the longest game, and that kind of thing. Do you think that's a true, a characterization of your guys' style, or do you guys have more than one trick up your sleeve?
I mean, leading up to TI, it was definitely accurate. With our games at Summit, every single game was super long, but at TI, I don't think it's been like that. I think all of our games have been like in the 30 to 40 minute. We had one long game, but that was like the only one. And I don't know. I don't think it's true for us at TI. I think it was true before TI. Yeah.
You guys were very close to making upper bracket, right?
Right.
Do you have any thoughts on what happened? Faltering kind of down the stretch there.
Honestly, I'm not too sure, because we started off super hot. Our scrims before TI didn't go very well, so it was surprising that we got off to such a good start in the group stage. But then I think we kind of got mixed up with how we wanted to draft and play, and we didn't have like a clear idea continuing in the group stage, so that's what kind of messed us up a bit.
Did you expect the meta to be what it is? I mean, a lot of Ursas, a lot of these types of heroes that we sort of saw at the Summit, but not necessarily as much until we got like Wraith King, for example, especially these offlane heroes, Tiny. Did you expect the meta to be kind of what it is, or do you think it's still developing and will continue to develop once we hit main stage?
I think it's still developing. We definitely expected all the heroes that were played to be played. I don't think there was any like huge surprises there, but I think like the tier list of like what's at the very top is going to change at the main event, and I think it's already changing a little bit.
I know you're obviously known for your Void and your Darkseer, and I haven't seen all your group stage games, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I mean, we're seeing a lot more of these like Wraith Kings and Tinies, and how do you think that, fits you as an offlaner?
I think it fits me. I think I like playing Wraith King. Anything with a stun, basically, I think is good for me. So I don't think any of the heroes are like really outside of my playstyle. So I'm pretty comfortable with how the meta is.
Is it weird the way that your role changes so much from patch to patch and season to season?
Yeah, it is definitely weird. And with there being like a patch every couple weeks or whatever, it's hard to keep up sometimes. And especially when it's like a grueling DPC season like it was. But keeps it interesting, that much is for sure.
When you left EG, I remember hearing some interviews with Misery and some of the other folks on the team who talked about you potentially even offering to play the 5 role.
Oh.
How different do you think your life or your career would be if you'd be playing 5 right now?
Wait, was that like after I left EG?
Or like you were? The way I understood it was that you were potentially talking about playing 5 for EG.
Yeah. No, I talked about that after TI7. because I don't know. I just felt like a role swap for us could have made the exact same roster work. And yeah, I have thought about playing 5 potentially and going into more of like a captain role. That is only like very recent though, so I'm not sure if I'll follow through with that or what I'll even do next year, but we'll just have to see.
It's rare to see kind of people already talking about that before like main stage even hits, you know?
Yeah, I mean, no, I mean you asked me, so
yeah.
I'm not actually like thinking about that, but you asked me, so I'm just saying I mean, there's potential for it.
I think a lot of people would be very upset to see you leave the offlane role.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably not going to happen, honestly, but yeah, I was just spitballing.
What's the mindset for you guys now, knowing that you're going to have to make this great lower bracket run to take on the Aegis?
We're just taking it one game at a time. I don't think it's very, especially because it's the best of one, it's not good to get too far ahead of yourselves, you know? We're playing Serenity in a best of one. We're just going to focus and put all our energy into that one game, and then we'll see what happens after that.